Well, good morning, lovely ladies and gentlemen. Steve and Gabriella Collins come to you from beautiful San Antonio, Texas, the second most powerful, passionate, purposeful coach and speaker in the world. Yes, in the world. I hope you guys are having a fantastic day today. Did any of you ever watch the original movie with Daniel-san and Mr. Miyagi? The Karate Kid. It's an old show. For those of you that are young, you might enjoy watching this show because there is a current epidemic in America right now, which is this. It is a sense of entitlement because someone feels they deserve something just because they deserve it or want it. An entitlement is an air of I deserve this because I want this. It is not a state of having earned something. It is a state of desiring something and having an attitude about wanting it without having to have put in the work to obtain it. One of the biggest challenges that I see in an up-and-coming generation is an unwillingness to put in long hours, hard hours, to fail again and again and again and again on the path to success. You see, in the original Karate Kid, there was a scene that took place over time where Mr. Miyagi, the wise sensei, was having Daniel-san, his student, apply wax to a car. Wax on, wax off, and having him paint a fence, paint up, paint down. And you see, what Daniel-san did not realize, he thought Mr. Miyagi was just keeping him busy. The truth of the matter is that he was teaching him muscle memory, and yet Daniel-san did not know he was being taught muscle memory until he reached the point of total frustration and stress and called out Mr. Miyagi. And the scene ensues from that point forward where Daniel-san realizes the training, the boring, the mundane, the ridiculous, the seemingly mindless, numbless stuff that he was doing that he thought was a waste of his time was actually preparing him for what was to come. You see, boring mastery. I love Gary Keller one time in an event said, at some point, you must make peace with the boredom that accompanies mastery. Mastery has typically been recognized as 10,000 hours on task, practicing something for 10,000 hours in order to achieve a certain amount of mastery. Do you know the difference between a black belt and a white belt is not necessarily knowledge of more moves. It is the mastery of those basics, mastery of them. Now, mastery is very different than I can do that, I think. That is not mastery, my friend. When you see Michael Jordan flying across the free throw line, tongue out in the air, legs wide open while he's getting ready to slam dunk, this is mastery. When you see Tiger take an iron and hit it farther than anyone can hit it with a wood, and it lands right on the green, this is mastery. This is what is being revealed in public that has come from an incredible amount of boring hours of time on task in private. Let me say that one more again. Champions are not made in the ring. Champions are simply revealed in the ring, and what you see in the ring, what you see in the arena, what you see in public is nothing more than a manifestation of what has gone on in private for many times, years after years after years. So what is my point? If you have a desire to achieve a level of incredible competence in your skill or discipline, it is going to require boring, mundane, day after day after day of time on task over time. It is a commitment to actions and activities that you may be terrible at and that you must exercise continually, failing in those outcomes again and again and again until you finally develop and build a type of mastery. Zig Ziglar was prolific in his communication about this subject. He said, anything worth doing, what's worth doing? What's worth doing for you in your physical life? What's worth doing for you in your financial life? What's worth doing in your marriage? What's worth doing as a parent? What's worth doing for yourself to have mental sanity and peace of mind? Anything worth doing is worth doing poorly until you can do it well. Anything worth doing is worth doing poorly until you can do it well. The point of the conversation is simply this. If you would like to live a life having earned the rewards of mastery, you must be willing to have put in the hours to learn to master the thing. Now, this may seem very, very, very simple. And yet, if you are unable to manage the frustration, the boredom, and the monotony that comes from mastery, you will never get to live in the world of BADA ERY. It's just not going to happen. So if you desire the greater things, you must offer the greater sacrifice. If you desire the bigger life, you've got to master your private life. If you desire the rewards that are set aside for those who persevere, then my friend, you must be committed to persevere. Nothing will be handed to you that you will be able to keep and maintain. So I encourage you and close with this today. Until you can make incredible peace with the boredom and the monotony that accompanies developing mastery, you will never be a master. Maybe you'll be a jack of all trades, but you will be a master of none, because BADA ERY requires commitment to mundane mastery. Do you desire a bigger life today? Would you like to see the results of someone who operates in mastery? Well then, my friend, hunker down, get ready, because it's a long, boring road to develop the skills over time, time on task over time, so that you can walk in the arena with those who have been committed to master their crafts and therefore have earned the privilege of a bigger life. Have a great day, guys.